Well, we're going to focus more on the far right in France with France 24 senior reporter Clovis Casali, who joins me on set. Hello, Clovis.
Hi.
So this week's reporter is on the French far right at the gates of power. But before we talk a bit more about your report in detail, just a word on the trial. We just heard there Shirley giving us the latest from the courtroom. I mean, what has the National Rally itself been telling you about this trial?
Very simple. They say it's politically motivated. And let's be very clear, these accusations are serious. And there is a serious risk for Marine Le Pen to be found guilty. We'll have to wait for the sentence. Of course, what's interesting also is that now you've got party heavyweights from the National Rally actually talking in the media. They weren't really talking that much about it before, and now they're stepping up efforts to defend their boss, their leader, Marine Le Pen. But of course, they've got a backup plan if Marine Le Pen can't stand in the next elections. And that backup plan is Jordan Bardella.
Right, Jordan Bardella, who's someone you've met, someone who's really a key player in this rise of the far right, who seems to be getting stronger with each election.
Yes, we met Jordan Bardella for this reporters on the National Rally, the French far right, at the gates of power. Jordan Bardella plays a pivotal role in the normalization of the party. He's extremely popular with young party supporters. He's a TikTok star, if you will. And also one important point, he's not called Le Pen. And that is good when you are running for the French far right, because remember Marine Le Pen's father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, who founded the party then called the National Front. He was accused very often of making racist remarks, anti-Semitic, denying the significance of the Holocaust, of course. So we met Jordan Bardella just before he went on stage, the face-to-face meeting, where I got to ask him a few questions, notably about his strategy for the coming months. Let's take a listen to Jordan Bardella. And of course, it's in our reporters.
Politics is about broadening support, convincing always more French people. We want to continue campaigning. It's an ongoing campaign because it's very likely that there'll be more snap elections before 2027. This government has no stability. It doesn't have support and democratic legitimacy. Each day that goes by brings us closer to power. I think politics is all about waves, and the one carrying us is extremely powerful.
Another key part of your report, Clovis, is how the National Rally is becoming stronger and stronger in rural areas that were once really bastions of the left wing.
Indeed, because with Gaël Fonseca, we didn't just want to go to Nice, where that rally happened, or Châteauneuf-Grasse, very rich parts of France. We also wanted to go to poorer parts, very rural, such as the Creuse scene, considered possibly the emptiest part of France. Not many people, but beautiful landscapes, fields, a lot of cows, a lot of farmers, and the farmers we spoke to say they feel abandoned. They feel that the state is not doing enough for them. And basically, the Creuse used to be a left-wing bastion, and now they're voting en masse for the French far right or for hardline right candidates, such as the ones that we met for the report. And they tell us, we don't care which party these people belong to. We want change. We want people who will actually defend our rights, our interests, because farmers are just struggling to make ends meet. Let's take a listen to two people from the Creuse expressing their disillusion, their despair.
Tell me, who should we believe in? When politicians get into power, they don't do anything. What matters is no longer people's welfare. All that counts is money, numbers, Excel sheets. That's why we're losing so much.
No one plans to take care of us. That's how it goes in rural France. They develop cities and put all the jobs there. But lives in the countryside should also matter.
And Clovis, you were saying that you were really surprised by the attitude of people who oppose the far right, notably in the south of France, where you were shooting. Why?
Indeed, I've been covering the French far right for 15 years now, and I can clearly tell you that there has been an evolution. First, in the rallies, you don't hear France for French people or racist remarks like you used to. Possibly these remarks, these ideas are still in the minds of these party supporters, but they've been told, do not be vocal, be very careful what you say, especially when journalists are around you. And we heard that when we were walking around, people telling their friends, careful, journalists are here, careful what you say. And that's one part of what I wanted to talk about. And also the fact that when we went to Grasse, look at that man. I asked him, what do you think of the French far right? He didn't even want to express his views. He just said, nothing, take this. I spoke to many people who are opposed to the national rally on these markets, not politicians, but people from normal life, if you will, who told me there's no point talking about it, or I'm a shopkeeper, I don't want to lose customers, or the far right is so powerful, I'm worried I'm going to lose subsidies, or the French far right is everywhere here, there's no point voting, there's no point even talking about this. You really feel disillusion, a sense of resignation, people on the markets. And that wasn't the case even a few years ago. People would come up to us and say, why are you filming this person? He's racist, he's far right. Why are you interviewing these people? We used to have like interaction on markets with opponents of the National Rally. That's over. In Grasse, on the market, I can tell you, we really did try to interview a lot of people, didn't get an answer. And in the report also, the first part of the report is shot in a very rich part of France, a village where the only hotel's been turned into a shelter for migrants, for minors under 18-year-olds. I can tell you people there extremely angry, but still the opposition didn't really want to talk to us. You'll see all of that in our report. It's coming out on Friday.
All right, looking forward to watching it. Thank you so much for that, Clovis, and that report, which is called French Far Right at the Gates of Power. Clovis Casali, thank you so much.